Thank you. Part of this was I just wanted to get closer. My question is about if we all manifest out of the oneness, or the vortex, or infinite mind, or whatever the words we use are, what creates that feeling of separateness from that?
Vibrational dissonance. Having something active within you on the other end of the wave.
Okay, so I've heard it called that existence was the dream of separate reality, and that the one is dreaming all of us, so therefore who's doing the thinking? Or am I thinking separately from the one thinking? Or?
If the one was dreaming all of you, you would be unnecessary. In other words, your attention and your consciousness and your opinion and your personal desire is important to that one that you are describing.
Okay. So the real question then would be the free will. So free will would then be what? Free
will is your ability to choose to, in this moment, align with all that you've become or not. And if in this moment you choose alignment, then you experience the exhilaration of that oneness that you are describing.
Right.
If you choose not alignment, then you experience the value of contemplating unwanted, which causes wanted to propel forward in a stronger way, and you benefit all that is, but you don't let yourself get up to speed with the benefit that you've given all that is, thus the separateness. Isn't that nice to know? In other words, we are all one, but then you come forth specifically wanting to be an individual consciousness with personal preferences that are unique to you, knowing that in that finely tuned exploration you can add significantly in your unique way, and you do, and all that is immediately becomes the beneficiary and the fulfillment of what you have asked for. But when you first launch that rocket, while you're still beating the drum of whatever was wrong that caused you to ask for the improvement, there is a separateness between you and the source who you just caused to expand and evolve and become more. And now there is an emptiness within you that is your indicator that you expanded but didn't go. And source became the expansion and is holding the bright vibrational light for you to choose with your free will to align with or not. And either way you choose right now is perfectly all right to the whole and to the scheme of things, because if you don't choose to align right now, all that happens is the stakes get bigger and you choose in a stronger way. In other words, if you ask for something and you don't align with it, the discord in not aligning with it will just become stronger, which causes you to ask more and causes source to expand more. So when you realize that everything that you feel and in every moment that you are or that you exist, you have this relationship with source that is palpable, it is tangible, it is feelable, it is understandable, it is discernible. You can feel your separation or alignment, your disallowance or alignment, your resistance or alignment, your resistance or allowing. You can feel when you are fully integrated and when you are not. And when you croak, and you will be fully integrated. And then you'll say, I really, really do like my individual perspective that allows me to contribute in my specifically unique way to all that is. And in time, from the non-physical point of view, you no longer want to regard yourself as separate. That's when you begin saying, we are all one. There is the vortex that you are creating that has everything that you want in it, and it's all encoded with your vibration. In other words, it's your vortex. No one else can swoop in and get it. But there's also this collective consciousness vortex, which is the all that isness of all that. Let's start in another place, because we can feel this happening out in the room, and we want to answer this question also. So Abraham, how might it be that are you sure that the vortex only collects the good stuff? How is that so? How does well, the way it works is the vibrational frequency. When you know what you don't want, you know what you do want. When you know what you don't want, you know what you do want. And it's those peaks that are in the vibrational vicinity of the source. So the source is gathering all of those requests and holding that vibrational standard, or that vibrational median, that vibrational average, so to speak. And it is from that vibrational average, which is always higher than the vibrational average of what is human, that is the source energy, and that is the vantage point from which you make the decision to come back. So any separateness, too strong of word, any discord, any resistance is always easily discernible, because negative emotion is present when that is happening every single time.
So the resistance creates the illusion of separateness.
The resistance creates the illusion of separateness because the reason it's an illusion is because the resistance is the other side of the wave and is necessary for the wave of source to be where it is. That's brilliant, isn't it?
It is. That was good.
So the reason that it is an illusion is because it's the other side of the wave, and therefore it isn't separate. But source is tuned to the frequency of the desired, not to the frequency of the not desired. That's why source is love. And when you are focused in love, you feel so good, aligned. And when you're focused in something less than love, you feel less good, not aligned.
But the backside of the wave, would that also be love also? Because it's pushing the wave forward? In some sort of sense?
Yes. Now we're talking semantics, because without knowing what you don't want, you couldn't know what you do want. And so there could be no progress or no evolution if both sides were not present. So from inside the vortex, source sees it all as good and appreciates every part of all of it. And when you do, when you love where you are in the way that source loves where you are, then you're home free, you see.
And it's all perfect, just the way it is.
It's only the human who wants to condemn the not good feeling side of the wave. Source understands the wholeness of all of it. Really good conversation. Something more?
So I guess that comes back to that. Who's doing the thinking? And I guess that's the individual.
Well, it is our desire and reasoning as we're interacting with you to help you to realize that the source energy part of you is always thinking, has an opinion of everything that you are focused within. So let's say that you've just watched a documentary about the perils of planet Earth, and you are feeling alarm and concern. Well, the existence of the emotion of alarm or concern is your indicator that you're looking at it differently than source. Source watched the same documentary and felt no alarm or concern, because source stands in its knowledge of well-being. So source doesn't need to condemn the documentary and make it obliterate it into non-existence, because source understands that any concern that anyone feels will only cause an asking for an improvement, which will only cause an evolution of this time-space reality that will be better than what it was before.
So standing in the perfection of all things as they are and as they appear is closer to the vortex.
It is. And so what would be the perfect stance for a human who clearly wants to experience the fullness of the wave? Otherwise you would have stayed really in the vortex, in non-physical. In other words, the very fact that your personality, your beingness is present in this time-space reality means that you want to be part of the expansion, of the exploration, of the advancement, of the evolution. So the question is, can I exist in human form, predominantly in the vortex, reaping the benefit of the contrast that exists? And the answer to that is yes. It's what we are calling the time of awakening.
And it can all be joyful.
It could be joyful now. Have you noticed that when you're in the vortex, you appreciate everything that led up to you being here? Have you ever solved a problem and now you're not even mad at everybody that caused it? Because you're feeling this expansiveness. Jerry and Esther, when they would have an episode with one of their vehicles or their buses, they would find themselves more in love after they had solved the crises than they were before the crises occurred. Because the crises caused them to be better and smarter and clearer and wiser and more alive. It just drew more from them and made them feel more vibrant, more excellent, more exhilarated, more capable, more alive, you see. So nothing is more exhilarating, we really want you to know, than to be physically focused and in conscious sync with source. And nothing is more awful than to be physically focused and out of conscious sync with source. And once you've got it, once you accept the existence of this vortex, once you understand that you are a vibrational being, once you understand that it's a vibrational universe and that it's a vibrational basis upon which you stand, and once you understand that your emotions are your indicator of the relationship between these two vibrant vibrational aspects of you, now you've got it. Now no matter what is happening, your potential for joy is extraordinary. And that understanding makes any moment not in the vortex perfectly all right, because I'm just having a step one moment, just like I knew I would do. I'm adding to the universe, I'm adding to source, and I have the ability to consciously come into alignment anytime I choose to do that.